Alright, so we all know that the whole goal of Facebook ads is to start generating leads and sales, but you're never going to get any leads or sales if people don't actually read your ad. And the best way to get people to read your ad is actually understand how people consume ads. And this is something that most people put very little thought into. And I call this how to build successful ad architecture, because if you can architect a very high performing ad based upon how people actually consume ads, then you're infinitely more likely going to get people to read your ad, see your offer, and then ultimately take you up on that offer. So that's what I'm going to be covering in this video. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Hey, what's up everybody? Alvaro here from Alvaro Barrios Digital, and today we are talking all about ad architecture. It's actually something that not enough people talk about. We're always talking about optimizations and targeting and overall messaging, but very few people kind of discuss the architecture of an ad and what actually makes a successful ad. And that is really critical to generating success, because unless you understand how people actually consume ads, you're not going to be building an optimal experience for the end user. Therefore, you won't get the best results and you'll have trouble getting some traction. So this is the mistake that most people make, is that one, they don't account for mobile. And as you can see here, mobile, it's going to be 80% of your total traffic, which obviously is a lot. And over time, that number is likely going to just keep on increasing over and over again. So you always want to be looking and analyzing the architecture from a mobile perspective first. Yes, you're going to get some leads and sales from desktop and stuff like that, maybe the right-hand column, but because of the fact that 80% is coming from mobile newsfeed, that's where you want to prioritize the architecture of your ad. So here is an example of what a typical ad looks like. Image right here, you've got their name, and this is what it looks like on mobile, right? On mobile, you only get 3 lines up here at the very beginning. And then you've got your image or your video here, your headline, and then your CTA. The mistake that a lot of people make is that they'll create an ad that looks like this, where they'll have one line and then they skip to the next paragraph. So this could be anything. A lot of times it's a question. It's like, hey, are you having trouble with X or Y? Or hey, attention business owners, does this sound like you? And that'll just be that one line, and then they'll jump to the next paragraph. Well, the problem is that since you only get 3 lines on mobile, this is what your ad ends up looking like. You only get 1 line up here. And so what's the problem with that? The problem is that you're not providing maximum context. And maximum context is what generates success with Facebook ads, because we have to now go back to how people actually read ads. And before I get into that, actually, I do want to say, if you actually want help with your Facebook ads, if you'd like for me to take a look at your ads, take a look at your campaigns and see what ways that you and I can work together, just head on over to alvarobarrios.com/FB help. There's a form there. You can fill it out. It's going to ask you a few questions, and we'll figure out a way to work together. And I'll also put that link inside of the comments. All right, cool. So back to how people actually read ads. So the way people actually read ads is that they first scan the top right here. Then they're going to glance to your image or your video, and then they're gonna read your headline and your CTA. So we call that, giving people a good Z experience, because it's a Z shape, right? They're gonna first go over here, then they're gonna diagonally come back down this way, and then they're gonna go across again. So there's that Z shape right there. And if you don't give people a good Z experience, they're not gonna click on your ad. And you have to remember, we always think of the primary end goal in mind, which is getting a lead or getting a sale. So it's easy to always be focusing on that. But step number 1, always, is to get people to click this see more button, right? Because again, 80% of traffic is going to be coming from mobile. So if they don't click see more, they don't see what you have to say, which means they don't see your offer, which means they never opt in or buy. So goal number 1 is to get people to click on see more so that they read your entire ad in the mobile newsfeed. And the way to do that is to provide maximum context. If they're just scanning across here and you just have one line that says, hey, are you suffering from X? And then just an image and then a headline, here's the solution, the headline maybe says, which again is not providing a whole lot of context. That's not a good Z experience, right? Because they don't understand really who your target audience is, what exactly your offer is, what's in it for them, and why they should click that see more button. So you always want to be building in that good Z experience. And so one of the best ways to do this is to maximize the real estate in the mobile newsfeed. Because again, you only get 3 lines, so you don't want to be one of the advertisers that's only using 1 line. This is precious, precious real estate, and you want to maximize it. So instead of just having 1 line and then skipping to the next paragraph, what you want to do is you want to have 3 lines like that. It's really more like 2.5 lines probably, and that's not a full 3 lines, but you definitely want to have that in there, and you want it to be a full and complete thought, because when you have a full and complete thought right there, they know what's in it for them to click that see more button. They're incentivized to do so. If you have a super long paragraph that's going to go on and on and on, yeah, sure, you'll have all 3 lines filled, but it's not going to be a full and complete thought. So always be looking at what this looks like, what the full thought is within the first 3 lines, and have it match up nicely with your headline, right? So let's say you have a thought that is incomplete, so you only put part of it. Well, then you can complete the thought in the headline. Or in the headline, you can just reiterate what the benefit is, what the solution is, what's in it for them, right? That way they're working in tandem. The primary text here for mobile and the headline absolutely must be working in tandem. So if they scan this and you're maximizing the real estate, you give them maximum context, they're going to understand what's in it for them, right? They're going to scan that. They're going to look at your image and video, which obviously has to be related. They're going to look at your headline. And because you made this a good experience, because you made this a good Z experience, right, then and only then are they going to come back up and click on this see more button, which is, like I said, step number 1. So there you have it. That's how you optimize the architecture of an ad, right? You want to think about that Z experience and making sure you are providing maximum context. And like I said, if you would like some more help, head on over to alvarobarrios.com/FB help. There's actually a few ways that you and I could work together. So depending on your situation, where you're at with your business, if you're in the start phase, if you're in the growth phase, whatever it may be, go ahead and fill out that form and we'll figure out what the next best steps are to you, because we don't leave anything out like this, right? Inside the agency or inside of my programs, we account for all this kind of stuff. We analyze the stuff all day long and we geek out and we love it, right? So we make sure that we always get the best results for our clients and for our students who are inside of our various programs. So that's all I've got for you today. If you enjoyed that, let me know what else you'd like for me to cover in the future and I'll be sure to do so. See you next time. What's up, YouTube? If you found this video helpful and you want to see if there's a way for you and I to work together, head on over to alvarobarrios.com, fill out a form, schedule an appointment, and we'll see what the best situation is for you and I to move forward and work together. If you found this video helpful, please support the channel by hitting that like button and leave your comments below. Let me know what else you would like for me to cover and I'll try to cover it as best as possible. And if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. That way you don't miss any new videos when we put them out. That's all I've got for you today. Take care and see you soon.